They called her evil. In an ancient Igbo kingdom, there lived an old woman named Achala. She was never married and lived alone in a small hut at the edge of the village. Long ago, she lost her parents and siblings in the forest, and from that day, she had no one. Achala was 98 years old when a new king began to reign. Because she never married and kept to herself, people whispered about her. They accused her of dark practices and blamed her for the loss of her family. Achala, however, remained quiet. She never defended herself and never spoke about her parents' death. On the day of the king's coronation, the whole kingdom was filled with joy. Drums sounded, dancers filled the streets, and laughter echoed everywhere. But Achala stayed inside her hut, alone and unnoticed. 4 market days later, she stepped out early in the morning. She could no longer go to the market because no one would buy from her or sell to her. Instead, she was on her way to the bush to gather vegetables and fruits to eat. She spoke to no one, and no one spoke to her. She fetched water from the stream by herself, carrying her burdens in silence. On her way to the bush, she saw the queen walking with her only son, the prince. Achala passed quietly without greeting them, knowing how the people saw her. But the prince noticed her. He waved. Surprised by the gesture, Achala smiled and gently greeted the queen. The queen did not respond. Instead, she questioned her son for waving at the old woman. Achala said nothing and continued her journey into the bush. That same night, something unexpected happened. The prince suddenly fell ill. His condition worsened quickly, and fear filled the palace. That night, the prince's illness became serious. He struggled to hear clearly, and his sight began to fade. His body burned with fever, and the palace was filled with worry. The king and queen called for help immediately. Traditional healers were summoned from different parts of the land. One after another, they examined the prince. Finally, the oldest diviner spoke. This illness is not ordinary. An innocent soul was treated unfairly. The child showed kindness to one whom the land rejected. The queen's heart trembled. She remembered the old woman on the path, the wave, the smile, the greeting she ignored. Still, doubt filled her heart. That night, the prince grew weaker. At dawn, the king ordered that Achala be brought to the palace. When the guards arrived at her hut, they found her calmly grinding dried leaves. She followed them without fear and without questions. Before the throne, Achala bowed respectfully. The king spoke gently. Mother of the land, if you have been hurt, speak. For the first time in many years, Achala raised her voice. She told her story, how she lost her family to sickness, how she lived quietly, and how she carried no anger toward anyone. I smiled, she said softly, because kindness is rare. An elder suggested she touch the prince. Achala placed her trembling hand on the child's forehead and whispered a simple prayer. Slowly, the prince opened his eyes. Mother, he said, I can see. Joy filled the palace. The king fell to his knees. From that day, Achala was honored as Eneni Ozi, Mother of Truth. Her hut was rebuilt, and the people learned a lasting lesson. Silence does not mean guilt. Loneliness does not mean evil. And the land remembered that when a society judges the innocent, it invites its own suffering.